Yo guys, how's it going? This is Sugi as always, and thanks for joining me today on my newest Dota 2 custom map review. And it's been a while since my last review about these Dota 2 maps, but the arcade has improved now a lot and it's out of beta, so I might be doing these a lot more in the upcoming future. So today's map is called the Element TD. The TD standing for Tower Defense in Steam. It's actually labeled as Element Tower Defense. I don't know why they did that labeling. It doesn't really matter. And Element TD was created in Warcraft 3 actually. And in Warcraft 3 you had pretty much 4 TDs that were in the custom map pool that were really popular. You had Element TD, you had Gem TD, which was a TD that used the saving system, but that was one of my favorites. And then you had Green TD, which was kind of okay, but it was very popular. And that's also in Dota 2, but the current iteration is very shit. I don't think it even works. And then you had like Winter Malls and the mall games. But Element TD was probably one of the most popular game modes in Warcraft 3. And it was later made on to Starcraft 2. But in there, I think it was kind of bad. I think a lot of that goes into the graphical style and a lot of limitations, what the models that they have for StarCraft 2, and many other things that just didn't really give the old feel from Warcraft 3. But the Dota 2 version of Element TD is probably the best out of these 3 versions that have been made. And who knows, these guys could actually make a standalone game one day. They don't really need to. I think they're actually going to perform a lot better inside Dota 2. But anyhow, the creators, Karavasa and Windstrike, Karavasa, I'm not sure did I do a pronunciation, but these people were the original people working on the Warcraft 3 version, and now they came back. You got a lot of the old people who used to work on the old project coming back and made this version. And the basic understanding, I should probably, for those who don't understand Tower Defense, it's a system where you have this space, usually this kind of puzzle type of a space like it's in Element TD, where you create towers, and these towers have different damages and different damage types. Usually some may slow, some may increase attack speed for other towers. You have some towers that deal more damage with each consecutive hit, and you have all these type of things. What made Element TD stand out from other TDs is it had elemental damage. So certain, like, there would be darkness damage, which would deal extra damage to water, and water would do extra damage to fire, and nature would take 50% less damage from earth. So you have this like a 6 thing element rock paper scissors mode pretty much, and there's a lot of strategy in it. There's multiple game modes which you can choose, like you can, so in the, you have these normal towers with everybody starts off, and slowly by wave you will be getting a new elemental, and you could choose, like, will they be random, or will you choose your elements per each round when you get to choose. And then you can increase the difficulties, and there's different game modes, and the game's length around 20 to 40 minutes depending how far people will go in the mode. I mean, on the game, you can, once your life runs out, you die. And it's a rather like fun, if you really like TDs, this is the best. And I think, like, and I have to talk about a bit about the interface and how customized the actual game is, and you have really good scoreboards and statistics and information all over the map and info bars where you see what's going on, like which are the next wave coming in and which is the elementals that you have. And it's a very informational game, and it is somewhat like noob friendly. It doesn't take a genius to learn to play it, but you have to kind of learn the towers and understand which towers are really good, which you should go for, and where to build them, because each tower from a certain position, depending where you build it, it will have a certain range. So maybe some low range towers are not so good in certain positions on the map. But Element TD is probably the top 5 Dota 2 custom maps done. Just from a standpoint that it's so well made, it's very polished. It is a bit laggy on the later parts of the game because there's just too many models on the map, and that creates too many effects, and it may lag later on if you have multiple towers. But on the beginning of the game, I think it's pretty good. And I really believe that this is something that everybody will have fun time of if you actually like the TD genre. And this is the best TD ever made in Warcraft 3 or Starcraft 3 or in Dota 2. This is the best from a design perspective, because I thought like all the other TDs have a lot of flaws in them and they lack a lot of customizations. And even in Warcraft 3, which was a game that didn't really let you choose a lot of the game modes, this was a really fucking good, like in terms of, it was in Warcraft 3, it was ahead of its time because it had those game modes, it had those lot of customization options that didn't exist back then. So just to really not to repeat myself a million times, it's a really great map. You can play with your friends. It has global rankings on their official website. It's really smooth until it becomes laggy and there's too many units on the map. That's my only point of criticism. And that, I guess there could be more options to choose how many lives you have. And what I also like about this, well, there's in the beginning you have the voting system, so people vote what the game mode will be. But if there would be a captain on the game who is the host or something, I think he should be able to choose the game modes and everything instead of a voting. But thanks for watching this video. Check out my other Dota 2 custom map reviews on this channel, and I probably will be making few more once I found something interesting on the arcade spectrum on Dota 2. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Cheers.